I got a question that's got 3 right answers. My only issue is, which answer is the rightest? Or, the most right? The righter choice? I'm gonna have to find a different way to say that. Hey, what's happening, everybody? Hope you guys are feeling great. I'm Team Kills, and what I like to do is make gaming easier. And, as always, you can use any frame any way you want. I like to say that. But if you're using Kullervo as anything other than a melee frame, you might be using him wrong. Or at least, there might be some frames that are better suited for gunplay. In my mind, he's a melee frame. It's kind of the same with the Infested Testicle. You could bring him back and switch out an ability, but I feel you shouldn't. But when it comes to the Archon shards, ooh, yeah, you really should do that. So, when I started adding Archon shards to my melee frame, I quickly realized I've got a few interesting choices. The first thing I did was put 3 Tauforge Crimson or Red shards on him for an extra 45% ability boost overall. This works on all my abilities, which I'm pretty much always using. Now, while I was trying to earn those last 2 Tauforge Crimson shards, I found myself easily running through the Netra cells. Level 240, actually anything else that I wanted to do. So, keep in mind, he doesn't actually need more ability power. It would help, it would be nice, but he doesn't really need it. So instead of putting those last 2 Crimson shards on for a full 75% ability boost, I decided that I could use those last 2 for maybe a 75% melee critical damage boost. Although, if you're going for critical damage boost, if and only if your Warframe has 500 energy max or more, and Kullervo, he does, it makes sense to use 2 Violet Tauforge shards, because they go from a 25% boost to a 50% boost, and because there's 2 of them, it's an extra 100% melee critical damage boost. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. Kullervo's first ability gives you a bigger boost than anything that any of these Archon shards piled up, even if you could put the purple and red together to make, I don't know, brown. No matter what you did with these shards, the first ability is going to give you a crit boost that is better than anything they could do. It's Red Crit City. This goddamn exclamation marks on the numbers. This is the chaos that I like. It feels right. So, I ask you then, is ability power the right choice? Is critical damage the right choice? Or would duration be the rightest choice? Getting his first ability to last longer, in my opinion, is the best boost, or the rightest right. Not to mention, having your dagger rain longer, which I also like to call pain rain, having that go longer is also right. It's right. Now, like I said earlier in the video, Kullervo doesn't need any of this extra ability, anything. So whatever you feel fits, or better put, fills in the gap, that might be the Archon shards that you want to use. If you find yourself dying, for example, then maybe you want to go and use 2 blue Tauforge shards. You can get an extra 550 health. That'll help keep your ass alive. Plus, there are some shards that have some health regenerative properties depending on what element you're using. There's some reading, unfortunately, but there's some experimenting after reading that you could do. Range, by the way, range is not a bad idea either. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to pick duration because of my playstyle. I like to use this first ability. That Red Crit City, that's the rightest right. For me. You can do whatever you want to do. When I'm putting on the Archon shards, I usually like to try and do 2 things. One, I either add the shards to complement or buff the existing Warframe's abilities, so that it doesn't matter what weapon I use, they're just awesomer. Or 2, I like to use them to boost a special weapon effect that I've got like set on a Warframe in a slot, never to be changed because it's proven to be the awesomest right in the history in past. But what would you guys do? Now, very quickly, this is my Kullervo. He's not the best. He's not bad at all. You could back off from the Umbra mods and still see red crits hitting. You can tweak this to make it your own, but like I mentioned before, this has been enough. I haven't had to change it. It hasn't even mattered what weapon I'm using, whether it's the Stropha, doesn't matter what weapon you want to use. He's just merciless with any weapon that I give him. But this is my Kullervo. But on that note, I'm going to wrap this up. I just want you guys to keep in mind that there's more to these Archon charts than just straight ability power. You can have some interesting things happen with them. I've got a Samurai build that I can't wait to share. Now, I hope this helped. I hope you join the team of killers. Become a killer of teams. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. It's one of the ways we could talk. Make sure you keep it easy in life. And remember, just keep gaming.